Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you guys all had a fabulous weekend. I gotta say my weekend was kind of interesting. I ended up going to my mother's house for the weekend. Yes, I did. I went to my mother's house. I also was working on making my book this weekend too. I also had to go to a memorial thing too for my friend Linda. She passed away. She's a lot older than me. She's probably she was like in her 70s. She was 71 when she died. But we went to her memorial today, and it was kind of sad seeing her go. It's still sad that she's no longer with me. She was basically my mother's friend's mom. So yeah, but she was still a great person, and I will miss her a lot. But yeah, I had that going on. Like I said, I made my book, and I basically went to my mother's house. So I had a lot going on this weekend. A lot going on. If you guys hear some noise in the house, I have a dog in the house. I have Eli, my mother's dog. Basically, I was trying to get him used to the house because the house, like he's never been to this house before, because I'm trying to keep him. Unfortunately, I won't be able to keep him because we need to get a puppy, because otherwise the cat will freak out, because the cat was freaking out. The cat was freaking out a lot. So yeah, but yeah, I had a lot of stuff going on this weekend, and I'm just happy to be back. I know people are still out of school because it's Monday and it's a holiday. It's a holiday, which I'll get into that in a second. But anywho, before I get into the review of the Velma show, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. Knowing you guys enjoy my videos makes me happy and want to produce more videos. So yeah. So yeah, that's something. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the Velma show. So the Velma show. What is the Velma show about? Well, first off, we need to talk about the fact that today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Yes, today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. The reason why I'm bringing that up is because Velma is black in this show. She's black, not white. For some reason, they made her black and not white. They made Shaggy black, too, for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but they did. But listen, though, I have no problem with black people. I really don't. I have no problem with black people. In fact, I have friends who are black. Yes, I have some friends who are black. So I'm fine with black people. In fact, I've seen some movies with black people in it, and a lot of them are pretty good. So I have no problem with black people. In fact, it's actually shocking that I wasn't thinking about Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I wasn't thinking about that. I just happened to post this video. Was posting this video today because I was at my mother's house for the weekend, and I didn't have time to post it last week. So yeah, I was gonna post it last week, but I didn't. So I didn't think about it being Martin Luther King Jr. Day, but it is. Today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So yeah. So I gotta say though, I'm not a big fan though of Velma being black or Shaggy being black, and it's got nothing to do with them with black people, because like I said, I have friends who are black. I do have friends who are black. I like black people in movies. I do. The problem is these characters are nothing like themselves. They don't look anything like the characters from the Scooby-Doo show. Velma kind of does, but Shaggy looks nothing like himself. He looks nothing, and they even call him Norval. They don't even call him Shaggy. Now I know Norval is his real name. Norval is his real name. They stated that later down the road. I'm not sure if that was always his name and Shaggy was his nickname. I'm not sure that's always been the case. But I know in Scooby-Doo Alien Invaders, they finally admitted that his name is Norval. So his real name is Norval, but they don't even call him Shaggy in this show. So they don't even call him Shaggy. So the characters look nothing like themselves, and it's kind of sad, honestly, because this is supposed to be a spinoff of Velma. They do have the clothes, but a lot of the only one that looks the closest to his actual design is Fred. And even Fred's face is off. It looks nothing like Fred, but he's the closest to the actual Scooby-Doo shows that he's in. Now, say what you guys want about Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated and that with that show having off designs and stuff, but the characters still look like themselves. And I'm not a big fan of the characters' designs in that show, but they still look like themselves. Here, they look nothing like themselves, and it's kind of sad, honestly. Like I said, it's sad because this could be a great idea. I'm not gonna lie, having an adult show with Velma in it, that sounds like a great idea. It really does. It sounds like a super idea. But the way they draw the characters, it doesn't feel like Velma. It doesn't feel like Velma, and the characters don't feel like it. And fun fact, Scooby-Doo is not in the show. I'm not sure why, but they never put Scooby-Doo in the show. I'm guessing because maybe, they say that they didn't do it because it's a kid's thing, and they don't want to get confusing. They don't want kids to get confused that Scooby-Doo's, adults get confused if Scooby-Doo's in it, but I don't think that's the reason. I think it's something else. To be fair though, Scooby-Doo is, they probably left Scooby-Doo out because of, it's basically Velma and all that, and they probably didn't want Scooby-Doo in it because, I don't know, maybe the story wouldn't fit it, I don't know, but, the thing is, though, is having all the characters in it except Scooby-Doo just feels wrong, it feels off, and having them not even look like themselves feels wrong, too, But besides pointing out the obvious, let's talk about the story, because, every show has a story. So what is the story about in this show? What's the story about? Well, it's about Velma solving a murder mystery. Apparently, some maniac lunatic is going around, I guess, taking people's brains, I guess. I'm not really sure. It's really weird. It really is. It's just weird. It's weird, and I don't know why they have someone just randomly doing that, but that's the story there, and so far I've only seen 2 episodes, because there's only 2 episodes that are posted, but people are flipping out online about this show. People are flipping out, and although I don't think the show is as bad as I thought it was gonna be, it's still not the best, honestly. It's still not the best. It's no nearly as bad as Modern Family Guy. Modern Family Guy, is really bad. It's really bad. I've seen episodes. I've seen some that were just dull and boring, but I've seen a lot that were really bad. But this show is still not really great either. It's still not great. Yeah, the whole point of the murder mystery sounds interesting, but the fact that they make it where someone's taking someone's brains, it just sounds kind of weird in a way. It sounds really weird. I'm not sure why they did that, but yeah, they did that. They had someone doing that, and Velma's basically trying to solve the mystery. So she tries to, because she gets framed, I guess, for killing someone and all that, and she kills someone, but she doesn't really kill someone. She's trying to figure out who actually did it, and I guess at the end of the episode, Fred reveals he didn't do it, but they make a joke about him being psychotic and stuff, and I guess the joke is that he didn't hit puberty, so I think the show's trying to poke fun at him wanting to be be an adult, but he acts like a child. Honestly, those gave me a few laughs. Those gave me a few laughs. I kind of liked that in the second episode and stuff. But for the most part, that's basically the story. And the show is not funny. It's really not that funny. It really isn't. The jokes repeat themselves at times. They drag on too long, and like I said, this could be a good idea, having an adult show around Velma. That sounds like a good idea, but if the show's not funny, it repeats the jokes, and none of the characters that look like themselves or act like themselves. They don't. I didn't bring that up, but yeah, they don't act like themselves either. Shaggy's not a coward. Fred's basically a child. I mean, in Scooby-Doo Mr. Incorporated, he act like a child, honestly. And personally, I didn't really like that too much about his character. He kind of went from being this brave guy. He later became goofy, but he was still brave to like just childlike character. Honestly, I don't like that. I mean, like I said, it gave me some laughs in this show, but for the most part, it doesn't give me really laughs. Which is funny from coming to a show that it's not funny really at all. That actually made me laugh when he spilled crap on his face. That was actually funny. But like I said, the show is just not that funny. And Daphne is a complete bitch in this show too. She's a bitch. If you guys think she was a bitch in the Halloween episode of What's New Scooby-Doo that I reviewed, you guys can check that out if you want to. Hold on a second. Hey. Sorry, the dog was climbing on the table. But anywho, if you guys think Daphne was a bitch in that episode of What's New Scooby-Doo where it took place around Halloween, then you guys think you should see this show. She's a complete bitch in this show. She's got no personality. She's just a bitch. That's all she is. I mean, technically in the original show, she didn't have a personality either. That was a problem with the original show, but at least she was likable and had moments where she could be a character, even though she was mostly just a pretty face who gets kidnapped all the time. But basically, she's kind of a bitch, honestly, and all that. But yeah, it's just this show's just not really that funny. It really isn't. It really isn't that funny. And another thing is with this show too is it doesn't feel like an adult show. Yeah, we had some roaches have sex in the show, but it doesn't feel like an adult show. It just feels like a random sitcom that's trying to be a sitcom, but just not doing a very good job at it by making poor jokes and that get tiresome after a while, and other jokes that are just not funny at all, and it's just, I don't know, it's just not really, that's the thing, it's just not really that, it's just, they could have done a lot more with the jokes and all that, and I feel like, I would say them making it more adult would make more sense, but because that's the way they hyped it. But I mean, after watching Paradise PD, I'm probably good on that. I've seen the 4th season of Paradise PD. If you guys want to hear my thoughts on it, I might be doing a video on that pretty soon too, because I watched the 4th season of that show. Let's just say that they got a bunch of new jokes and stuff in the show, which is annoying. It can be annoying and gross at times. I mean, I know people get nude all the time, but the way they do the jokes is just gross. And I feel like if they made it more adult on this show too, they do the exact same thing. So, because apparently nudity is funny, I guess. But I don't know. I'm just saying that that this show doesn't feel like an adult. They have some cuss words in it, but I mean, it is only 2 episodes, so who knows? So far, these 2 episodes are not really they're not getting me interested. I mean, I do kind of like the characters, kind of, but like I said, they don't feel like themselves, they don't look like themselves, they just feel like random characters you would find on any other cartoon. They just don't feel like themselves. Also, if you guys want to know the whole the Brown effect on the text that I put reviewed and fun fact and the date and stuff, that is because Velma has brown hair. I was trying to figure out what color text to do. I thought about doing black, but then I'm like, brown's better because she's got brown hair and stuff. Because glasses are kind of... A lot of characters wear glasses, so I chose the brown hair. She kind of has brown hair in this show, too, but yeah, that's why I did that. But, yeah, back to the whole thing. So the characters are alright. I mean, I've seen them, they're okay. I just think that they just go all over the place. They go all over the place with stuff, and the writing feels rushed at times, and it just feels like kind of like a mess, honestly. Now, I heard that's how BoJack Horseman was too. I haven't seen that show, but I heard that's how the first few episodes were. Maybe the show might get better. I don't know. So far, these 2 episodes don't feel very great. They don't feel awful. Like, I don't think they're the worst thing ever. Some people are saying this is the worst show ever. It's far from it. I've seen worse shows than this. I have. I've seen some pretty bad shows. This one is nothing. I mean, if you compare this to Modern Family Guy, then yeah, this show is nothing compared to it. Modern Family Guy's problem is it's got unlikable characters. All the characters act like dicks to each other and all that. While the original, couple seasons where the characters were all likable and have relatable moments. This show is not all the characters are unlikable except Daphne, but they don't feel like themselves. They don't look like themselves, and like I said, the jokes just don't make me laugh. They don't make me laugh. And I'm not expecting to laugh all the time at a show. It doesn't always have to be funny. As long as it has a good story, and there's not a good story in this show, so far, that is. Again, there's only 2 episodes. There might be a third one, there might be. But so far, there's only a few episodes, and so far, it just feels rushed. I guess Velma has hallucinations and all that, too, and I'm not sure they ever explain what the hallucinations are, so I really don't know. I guess there's because of her mother disappearing. I'm really not sure. Because I forgot about that storyline too. She tries to find her missing mother too. So, but apparently her mother left because she doesn't like her. And I guess the thing is that she had memories of her and her daughter getting along, and then they had memories of her mom and her basically having fight. Not getting along. Like her mom hates him. I don't know why they had to show the first memories. I don't really get that. But yeah, the writing is really off. It really is. But it's not really as bad. Even the show Paradise PD, the first season of that show was freaking a mess. It was a mess. It was just a bunch of just sex jokes and all that. It was not really that funny. But I don't know. But that's the thing. This show's not the worst thing ever. But I gotta go ahead and give this show 29 points, though. Yes, 29 points. Because this show is just... Again, this show could have been something really good, but like I said, it doesn't feel like a Velma spinoff. It feels like a whole nother show. I get it's supposed to be a whole nother show because it's Velma. It focuses on Velma. But I just hate how the characters don't look like themselves and all that. And I think if this show would have been better if it was just called something else. Because, again, I kind of like Shaggy, Norval in this show. I kind of like him, and I do like Velma. But I think Fred's okay. I don't think he's the best, but he's alright. I like his childish personality. I didn't like it in Mr. Incorporated because it wasn't really funny, but here there was a funny moment. But again, that's only the second episode. The first one wasn't really that funny, but the thing is though, this show just doesn't feel like Velma. It doesn't feel like Velma. The jokes aren't funny, and the story is just a mess. But again, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. It isn't. I already brought up some examples. And I know some of the shows are probably shows that have died off and have seasonal rot and stuff. But this isn't the worst show I've ever seen. It isn't. But I definitely, so far, I'm not interested in this show. I'll have to see how the other episodes are. I might do what I did with Paradise PD and just talk about it each time a new season comes out or something. Well, technically I talked about it when the third season came out, but maybe I'll talk about the show again, maybe when the whole season comes out. I don't know, because they're talking about making a season 2 as well, so I don't know. But I just know fans are not happy with the show. I disagree with them saying this is the worst show. I don't care if they hate this show to death. I don't care, but this is just my personal opinion. But I just don't care for this show too much either. I don't really care for it. Again, it's not the worst thing ever. Believe me, there's some Scooby-Doo movies that I've seen that are freaking just god-awful. But like if you watch Scooby-Doo Mystery, the live-action Scooby-Doo movie, the third one, that one's really bad. But this one's bad, but it's not that bad, basically. But I don't really have anything else to say. I guess if I can give you guys a comment question for today, I think I'll give you guys a comment question on in this show. Since I know pretty much everyone's gonna hate this show, but my comment question is: who's your favorite character in this show? Who's your favorite? Mine is probably Norval or Velma, but that's not saying much because Norval's okay. Norval's all right. I keep calling him Shaggy. Norval's good, but Velma's kind of all right. But I just think you need to give the show more. I think we probably need to wait more longer for more seasons to come out to see how the show is. But so far, I'm not into this show. I really ain't into it. It's just another adult show that exists. Again, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea for this show to It's not a bad idea to have an adult show. I mean, Mickey Mouse. But Mickey Mouse, though, basically got turned into a Todd show on Playhouse Disney, and it was originally for older kids. So it's possible. I mean, it's okay if they have an adult show. It just doesn't feel like an adult show. But anywho, guys, I think it's about time I let it go, though, because my phone's almost dead, and I have to keep an eye on the dog, because the dog, he's gotta make sure he doesn't poop or pee on anything. Anywho, I'll see you guys all later. Bye.